Let me say this clearly before we go any further. I did not cure my overthinking. I did not get calm overnight. I did not suddenly develop discipline. What changed is that I realized that my brain should not be in charge of my day, at least not 100% of the time. And if you're an overthinker, that sentence probably made you uncomfortable. Good. That's where the shift starts. Why overthinking felt like a personal flaw. For the longest time, I thought overthinking meant I was wrong, undisciplined, overdoing unnecessary things, because everyone else seemed to just do things. Meanwhile, my brain needed reasons, explanations, emotional readiness, the perfect moment, a backup plan, and a life audit before replying to a simple email. That's when I realized something important. Overthinking is not a thinking problem. It's a decision overload problem. Studies on decision fatigue show that the more decisions you make, the worse your self-control gets as the day goes on. Overthinkers aren't wrong. They're running too many decisions through one fragile processor. The realization that changed everything. Here's the thought that flipped everything for me. Why am I asking my brain what to do when my brain is the problem? That sounds obvious now. But at the time, it felt almost life-altering. We're taught to listen to your mind, check how you feel, be flexible. That advice is great if your mind is calm and cooperative. But if your mind is noisy, it's sabotage. So instead of fixing my thoughts, I stopped consulting them frequently. That's when I moved from overthinking to thinking in systems. What does thinking in systems actually mean? Let's kill the buzzword. Thinking in systems does not mean waking up at 5 a.m., color-coded Notion dashboards, or military discipline. It means this: decisions are made once. Execution happens many times. That's it. We try to decide every time, only to fail and crash. Systems thinkers decide once, then repeat. For example, instead of asking every morning, should I work today? When? On what? A system says, work starts at 10. The task is pre-decided. Brain's opinion is irrelevant. And that works. You don't feel motivated. You don't feel ready. You still start. You can call this routine building or system building or whatever you like. It's not discipline. It's architecture that builds life. The systems over brain rule. Here's the rule that's crucial. On bad mental days, the system gets more authority, not less. Most people do the opposite. They say, I'm not feeling great today, so I'll work later. That's exactly when overthinking crashes your life. When a system you made after so much thinking and strategizing is sitting right there, why can't you rely on it? So my rule became, if my brain is loud, I follow the system blindly. If my brain is calm, great. I still follow the system. The system doesn't care about mood. That's its superpower. A system that you built on a good day is worth following even on the worst days. Just don't keep changing the systems every day. One simple system is enough. Follow it for at least 90 days and see the shift. The 4 systems that actually worked for me. System 1. Fixed start, flexible finish. I stopped asking, how long should I work? I only decided, when do I start? Start time is sacred. End time is negotiable. Why this works? Overthinkers fear endless tasks. A fixed start removes debate. A flexible finish reduces pressure. System 2. Default task system. When my brain asked, what should I work on? The answer was already written. One default task per time block. No choosing, no optimizing, no spiral. Overthinking dies when choice dies. System 3. The 5-minute lie. I gave my brain permission to quit after 5 minutes. Not because I wanted to quit, but because my brain needed an exit. 90% of the time, I continued. 10% of the time, I stopped. Both were wins. Showing up matters more than duration. System 4. Decision parking. Any thought that tried to interrupt me, like ideas, worries, reminders, I parked them externally at places like Notebook, Notes app, anywhere but my head. Your brain is for processing, not storage. It's a game changer. Overthinking is often just mental clutter, pretending to be depth. Why this worked when nothing else did? This worked because I stopped negotiating with my mind. I stopped waiting to feel ready. I stopped treating emotions as instructions. Systems don't argue, don't get tired, don't need confidence. They just run, and slowly, without drama. My mind got quieter. It's not a fix. It's just that my mind was no longer in charge. So when I say, this changed my life, I don't mean it magically fixed everything. What I mean is this. My days stopped feeling heavy. My brain stopped being the boss. Progress stopped depending on mood. If you're a thinking machine like me, don't try to think better. Think less. Design more. Build one system. Let it carry you on bad days. That's how things finally start moving. Overthinking doesn't end when you control your thoughts. It ends when your thoughts no longer control your actions.